Hi.
Hi.
So, we will just introduce the mentees. So,
Mhm.
I think we have 26 attendees right now.
Okay,
So
okay.
we will start in like 1 or 2 minutes more. Just wait for some other to join in.
Yeah, sure. No issues. Ma'am, can you tell me the what type of audience we have? They are students. I can't hear you.
Come again?
Hello, Rohit.
Yeah, I can hear you. Hello.
Now,
Yeah.
that's good. So, sorry for the delay. So now we have 36 attendees right here, and
Right.
we're going to start the session. So,
Yeah, great.
First of all, I just want to thank all the mentees who are attending here, and I'm so excited to see that we have 36 people who are interested in the field of data science, so data engineering. So basically, this webinar is in collaboration with QFUS, and the QFUS has reached out to my captain, and they are providing amazing mentors to help us connect you, or help us connect you, and know more about the field. So today we have Rohit with us, who has taken out time for him his work schedule, and he's a data engineer at Amazon. So I will thank Rohit for his time, and I'm sure I say this from everyone, Rohit, when I say this, that we're excited to know so much from you. So
Yeah, that's good to know.
yeah, so it's lovely to have you here. And can you just tell us more about yourself, like from where did you study, and what is your professional background?
Yeah, sure, sure. So I'm basically from Pune. I did my schooling, graduation, everything in Pune. There is a college, Pune Institute of Computer Technology. I did my computer science from there, and then it is in 2017, and then I joined one startup. It is a big database startup. I worked there for almost 1.5 years, and then I joined Amazon. So that's how I got a job in Amazon. So in nutshell, so that's how that is my academic background.
Okay, okay, that's great. So, since you start working at Amazon, can you tell us more about your experience of the, experience at Amazon? Like, how does it feel to work there? What's the work culture, and the what overall experience of working there?
Sure, sure. Just for all of the audience, I'm not from IIT or NIT, so don't just have that doubt that you need to be from IIT or NIT to get into the Amazon. That's not required at all. So what they want talent and right attitude. So yeah, that's the like leftover part from my introduction. Next, to talk about my experience at Amazon. So I would say it's a very big company, very process oriented, very structured company. So you have that stability in your hand along with a nice pay. So that is the base. But for learning wise, it is very nice. You have good colleagues. You can try new things. You can learn new things, and overall, it's a very nice exposure. Uh, you would say it's all about work. No, but there is outings. There are hackathons. So it is like very lively to work in Amazon. So that's I guess pretty much good to know.
So that's great. So can you tell us more about what are your responsibility and roles as a data engineer? Like what all do you have to do there?
I work in Amazon Music team. You all must have heard about Amazon Music. So what happens whenever user clicks on an application or anywhere? So that generates a stream of click events. So that all data we store. So that data we need to use for client engagement to derive what clients are doing, what is their behavior, and also we need to track the duration and we need to pay out the royalties to the music vendors. So that's a business idea, but my role here is to manage overall all the data. So from data, what I can say, data as in once I get all the user click data, I need to create a pipeline to get meaningful information out of that using various big data cutting edge technologies. So let's say if we add one new feature, let's say podcast, if we add one feature, then there will be new attributes or new data that will generate. So again, I need to go back to our existing data pipelines, modify them, add new features, and build the new product launches. So that's mainly what I do here. I use big data technologies to properly manage data, to segregate it, and create insights out of it.
Okay. So, in college, what stream did you choose? Like, what stream did you choose in college when you back in?
When it's a plain computer science, so all about data structures, networking, computer science, and database systems. So everything that pretty much a normal CS guy does in a college. So that's similarly what I did.
So you're from CS background. So can you tell us how did you figure out that you want to go in data engineering background and not some other field? And also, what the other fields you were interested in?
Yeah, right. So as I see everything have that mindset back then in college. So to have good companies, to get placed into good companies, they don't know about the tech fields, because that's what happened with me also. I have these 2 3 names, that is Nvidia is one of them, that I want to go there because it's a very nice company and I want to work there. But regarding domain, I didn't have that knowledge that time. So here it's a good platform that you all will have that clarity that what field you should go and what you should do after that. But for me, that knowledge I didn't have. But luckily, I got into this field and I liked it very much. So I would suggest to find what motivates you. So I have listed down various fields that industry offers to you. So from that list of things, you can see what suits you best and what motivates you. It is not like uh, never ever do hoping of any fields. Like once you start with some support engineering, then you want to switch to application domain. So don't do domain switching, domain hopping. So just have a clarity right now about what domain suits you. So if you are taking notes, that's good. I will list down the jobs for you. So first one is a support domain. So where the system and everything is in place, and you need to help customers in their queries. That is a support domain. Okay. Second one is DevOps domain. So DevOps means we have large clusters, we have large systems. You need to do maintenance about that. You need to uh, create new systems, but it is totally based on your networking skills and system skills. You will not encounter any programming skills in that. Then next, it's a software engineering, which we all aware about, the people who does coding and etc. So that's what I do also. So data engineer, there are two parts. One is a conventional data engineer, one is the software engineering oriented data engineer. So what conventional means, the people who knows SQL stuff, but they don't do Java coding. So that they are conventional data engineers. But software engineer oriented data engineers means people who does actual coding. Okay, the next comes application engineer. So like all the companies have their own proprietary softwares. So they hire you to handle their softwares. Like SAP is a one big software. They hire you to use their software. So you will be not doing any coding stuff over there. Next is the data science, which is very highly coined term in industry. So that is all about machine learning. Your machine learning, you can Google it, and you can get to know about that. So to implement machine learning, there are various different skill sets. You can excel in any one of those skill sets. Pick Python, pick Spark, Apache Spark, but pick one and be a good at that. Don't just hope for from one technology to another. And last, there is also analyst job. So people who have good acumen about business. So what their role is to understand the business data, which already they have. They also work with a data engineer along with data engineer. So what they do, they go through the data and interpret it very nicely to give business insights to the higher authorities. So that's the business analyst or data analyst do. They don't worry about coding or anything. They use pure SQL. Their logical aptitude is very good, so that they understand the business acumen. So that is overall what industry offers. But I guess everyone should go with the software engineering domain, because it has a lot of scope to excel you in that domain. You can have variety of domain. Once you become a good quality software engineer, domain doesn't make any obstacle in your career path. You just learn a one good programming language, and you can excel in that field. I guess, yeah. So I guess I misdirected somewhat, because that's what I want to convey. But can you repeat your question again?
Actually, I just asked like like with like, whatever what other fields you were interested in back in college, and
Yeah, yeah.
if there any.
I was interested in network and system engineering domain. That is NVIDIA, but that company didn't came to our college that year. So luckily, I have very good LinkedIn profile. So I applied and talked to a couple of HRs, and I got a call from this big data startup company. And as a startup, everyone must have this perception that in startup they will get to know everything. They have to do design, they have to do feature engineering, they have to do development, testing, and deployment also. So that's a very nice part about my career, 1.5 year, where I excel all these areas. So that's why it is a very big point for me to get into the Amazon. So initial days, just focus on your learnings. Once you achieve that learning, no one can stop you.
Right, that's actually very right. Like first you should update all your skills. Like you should know what you're doing.
Yeah,
So
yeah, right.
matlab, when you started in the field of data engineering, what were the main challenges and obstacles that you faced?
uh, Challenges and obstacles, as in only the thing you require is a good learning acumen. You want to learn new things, you need to try new things. Don't just have a theory about it. Just go code, implement those things, work on data stuff. So in that way, you will overcome all the doubts or obstacles you face in data engineering domain. So I would say there are plenty of internet stuff. Go for official documentation where you can get exact idea. So one thing in this era, any data engineer should know Apache Spark. It's a general purpose computing engine. With using that, you can do data processing, you can do machine learning, you can do streaming is real-time processing of data also. So anything you can do using that Apache Spark engine. So I would suggest to go through its official documentation, install it on your local machine, try out new things, and get good hands-on. Once you have good hands-on, then try to have some your own idea. I know everyone is innovative and creative. You can have your own idea, find dataset online, and develop your any application or any insights out of that using Spark, and you can showcase that while you try for any internship or job.
Okay, that's very nice and insightful. So,
Uh,
can
I
you?
got one question actually in chat. I will answer that because it's related.
Okay.
Is Apache Spark a programming language or tool? I have a, I will be talking about the skill set that data engine requires in later part. But Apache Spark is a general purpose framework. It's open source, and for that open source, you need to use Scala for programming language. It has support for Python and Scala. Scala is a functional programming language. It's compatible with Java. If you know Java, you can easily learn Scala as well. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. So we will be opening a Q&A session at the end of the webinar. So if any attendees have any doubt,
Yeah.
you can ask it. They can ask them later also. So can you? So like you're working at Amazon. So how would you say if some mentee or some attendee want to have an internship and job at Amazon? How can they apply for it? Hello.
Yeah, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I think your video broke off. So could you hear me? The question?
Yeah, I heard your question. So is it fine now? I guess there is
Right.
some internet issues. Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Hello.
should I repeat my
Am I
question?
audible? Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So since you work at Amazon, can you tell us the mentees and the attendees how they can get an internship or job at Amazon?
Yeah, sure. So to get a job in data engineering domain, from I will tell from freshers perspective because for experienced professional, the criteria and expectations are totally different. But from freshers, mainly you should give weightage on coding and data section algorithms. That's the basic thing every company use to filter out the candidates. And later you can showcase your data engineering skill set that you learned before applying for the job. And to get into any job in Amazon or any big companies, they prefer tier 1 colleges like IITs, NITs. But I would say that shouldn't stop you from being hired in Amazon. You can give a try. You can try, but for trying it out, you can reach out to LinkedIn HRs or LinkedIn people. So have a good profile over a LinkedIn, because that's where you can directly interact with the human being, not any system. So that's a plus point. I would say everyone should know, because my first job I got through LinkedIn, and my second job I also got through LinkedIn. It's only because I have a good profile there. So I would suggest to have a good LinkedIn profile and interact with the people. Just don't say hi. Say hi with all your questions and all your questions and all ambition in that first mail. Don't just say hi and wait for others' reply. Say everything in one go. Have crisp and clear conversation. And this is just a one idea, but second, the actual answer to this question to get job internships, find the data oriented companies. Like you can search for big data startups in your areas, or in Pune, in Mumbai, or in Bangalore. So once you find out the name of that company, target that company's HR, find that company's HR on over LinkedIn or any social platform, not Facebook. I should mention that, on LinkedIn, professional websites. Once you get that, you can go and message them, and you can politely ask them to help you out. They will happily help you, but just don't have a clear and crisp conversation.
Right. Right. So, Rohit, you mentioned that there are many skills for data engineering that you need to know.
Right,
So,
right.
can you just tell us about what all skills a data engineer needs to acquire along with the academics to, gain some experience?
Yeah, from freshers perspective, I would suggest to have a solid programming language. it can be Python, it can be Java, or it can be more advanced Scala language. So that will not stop you from. It will be helpful for in any kind of interview, not just data engineer, but be it a software engineer also. So I would say one good programming language for specifically data engineering, you should know Scala. That is one thing. Programming part is clear here. They data engineer also expects to have SQL. So to have our programming is used for only statistical analysis, not for data engineering. So have a Scala, SQL in your hands, and you can apply Scala using Apache Spark engine. So to learn Scala, SQL, Hadoop is a general purpose data processing engine, which is now overcome by Spark. But you can also learn that because that is asked in the interviews. To learn about their architecture, how Spark, how Hadoop works, and you are good to go.
Okay. So for I'm going to ask a very general question. So for the students who are working in the college and they're in the coding field, so college students are not very well aware about the job roles and the opportunities that they can get once they enter the industry. So can you give us some insight like into what the tech fields are available in the industry?
Yeah, I guess I already mentioned all the types of jobs. Like there is a support job, there is an application job where people uses proprietary applications. Then there is a programming, actual software engineer role. There is a DevOps, there is a data science, machine learning. So I'm saying choose what motivates you, what likes you. Sorry to forget, there is also a front end related job, web designer, front end developer. So if you are good at designing, if you like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, that is very nice domain. And if you like working with the databases, backend stuff, then be a software engineer.
Okay.
So,
So
but have a clear idea beforehand where you want to go. It shouldn't be the case you land up job and you get to know like it's a support job. You will get trapped there because Accenture, TCS, many of such companies hire people in a bulk and they offer you a job which is not using your knowledge or your brain. You will get trapped there. You will unnecessarily lose your 1 year. So I would suggest to have clarity about what type of job you want. And in a job interview, you should ask like, what are my job responsibilities? That is a basic question you should ask the interview panel. And once you are convinced with the what work you will do, you should consider that offer or you should consider that going there.
okay. So what all softwares are there for data engineering that are mentees and the students pursuing data engineering should master, or they should at least know how to work with them? So what softwares are there or tools?
Mhm. I would say data engineering is just like a software engineer. So there is no any software tools which will does your work. That's why they hire a person who knows the programming, Apache Spark, Hadoop stuff, because they will go and code the actual application. So there are no tools as such, but I would say there are frameworks which are there. One is Apache Spark. That is one thing. I'm heavily concentrating on this thing because it is heavily used. Scala as a programming language, you should be aware of Linux commands. That is basic for every job. What is MD, CD, or how you manipulate files or do edit files in Linux machine. That is required. Know about Hadoop architecture, how processing is happening there. So you can learn that. For programming, you must be aware of Eclipse tool, right? In industry, they use IntelliJ IDE. It's a integrated development environment. It's a software where you go and code the stuff, but it's not a tool. It is common for every programming language.
Right. So so what all internships, like specific internship fields that you would suggest to the mentees that they should pursue to gain some exposure and experience?
Yeah, right. To gain some experience and exposure, you should be targeting data-oriented companies in your areas. So you can find out the names over the internet, do some research, and directly contact them through LinkedIn. That's the best approach, I say. Uh, and regarding uh, like that's the only way to find out data companies and go and get experience. I would say don't rush for certification or etc stuff, because in industry that will not add value to your resume unless you showcase that knowledge using some project or some of work uh, which you already which you are doing it, but not just a certification will not help you anywhere. So I would say learn yourself, showcase it via some project or some good coding frameworks. You can upload it to Git, and that's a good way to demonstrate your knowledge rather than this certificate. And once you have this, I would suggest concentrate more on job internships than the certification. And for to get job internships, you should give a lot of efforts, like finding out the companies, applying to them, getting for having regular follow-up. Like after 3 days you can check with the HR politely, like what is the status, I'm really interested in this position, like that. So be proactive, but don't fall for certification stuff.
Right, that's actually one of the most important things, that knowledge is more important than certification. So all the students who want to learn more about more about data engineering, what apps, websites, or learning platforms would you recommend to them so that they can learn more?
For Scala, there is a one course over Coursera, that is functional programming in Scala. You can do that to get knowledge about Scala language. For Apache Spark's official documentation is a very crisp and clear. They already have code snippets in there, small. You can just copy paste and execute them and try to understand logic behind it. And then once you complete all this hands-on, you can start your own coding in Scala. And for SQL, I would suggest there is a one site, sqlzoo.net. You can go through that. It's a very simple website where you can learn about SQL stuff. So I would say for knowing anything, you can refer official documentation. That is a very simple stuff. Yeah, I would say that's all what you need. Have firm and clear concepts.
Yes, someone is asking, can you repeat the website name?
For Apache Spark, it's a Spark official website. SQL. For SQL, it's sqlzoo.net. Also, you can for learning tips and tricks about Scala, you can search for Scala Alvin Alexander. These are the good websites.
So what would you say some myths and doubts related to the field of data engineering? Like a lot of people want to come into field of data engineering, but they're scared of because they've heard a lot of things. So what are those things that you want to bust that these are not true?
I would say data engineering from industry point of view, it is myth is like they only work on data, and anything related to data they do that. But in general, data engineer is a special software engineer who uses all the software engineering skills to effectively optimize the data and build the pipelines automatically around the data. So it's not just a data. There are a lot of aspects. So you must be doing product-based companies. So product-based companies means the companies who develop product. So in that companies, you will be actually enhancing the existing capability in the software engineering principle. And for that principle, that product itself will be used to handle the data. So you will be automating all these data handling processes. So I would say just don't see a data engineering as a field where you will operate over the data. It's not that. It's more into that. You become a software engineer. So a specialist software engineer working for a data.
Okay.
And one thing, there are two types of jobs in data engineer. One is a SQL based job. So people, the team will only expect you to work on SQL and traditional systems. So don't go for that type of job because there will be very short learning, because SQL is a very logical and you can know it very well, but it will not give you exposure. So find a team or find a startup where you get all this Spark knowledge, coding oriented knowledge. And that team should be coding oriented work, not just a SQL based work. and don't go for application based work where you need to just click the icon on a software and that then you will get paid.
So, okay, I'm going to wrap up the questions, my questions very soon. So, I would just request the mentees to post their questions in the chats, in the Q&A section in the app itself, and we will refer to the questions after this question. So, mentees, just go ahead and post your questions in the Q&A section. Now, Rohit, what would you say that what a day in a life of data engineer looks like?
Yeah, so it differs team to team, but my day starts at 10:30. Then my job starts with a mail reading, whatever there is update from our multiple cross-functional teams. Once I go through all of them, I start my work. Then there is a meeting at 12, which is a scrum meeting. Everyone in the team member explains what we did yesterday and what we are doing today. So that's, and if we have any problem, we can discuss in that scrum meeting. And once scrum meeting finishes, I get back to my work. I start doing my feature engineering, feature development, testing, and etc. software oriented work, and that's it pretty much followed by say.
Okay.
And not to mention, we have a small breaks. We can go out for a tea break, and we can go for playing a table tennis, pool. Like there are many aspects. You have good cause. You can talk on new things or anything, just like a friend around you. So that's a overall culture at Amazon.
Okay. So that's such an insightful information. Like we are getting a lot of inside knowledge from you. So now we are going to ask some questions from answer the questions from the mentees. So we have a question from Prajwal, and question is that hello sir, I want to know what if I am not from computer science background, but if if I acquire the required skill for data analysis, can I be a data analyst? Or is that company asked for the computer science degree only?
Not necessarily. The company will not ask for a computer science degree. Your interview will talk about your all the skills that you acquire. So don't worry about your background, from what background you have, but your skill set and your skill set in your portfolio, work you have done, should showcase your.
Okay. So okay, another question is from Anu. Do we need a master degree for being a data engineer in the best companies?
No, not necessarily. They seek for a good skill set. That's all. They don't need any background from any high companies, high institutes.
Okay. Someone has asked a software-based data engineer how to approach for that.
Okay. Software-based data engineer role, like there are data engineer roles everywhere. You need to go to the job description, job responsibilities. In that job description, you will see like, there are bullet points. They mention you need to know in the language. If you find that language in the job description, that means it's a programming oriented job. But many of the jobs have descriptions such as create a extract, load profiles, create a SQL profiles, and have the clear alarms and monitoring in place. So in that they don't mention any programming stuff. So that way you will get to like it's not a programming oriented data engineering job, and that is one thing. And once you get a call from HR, you can also ask the same question to them, like doing a programming in there. So it's very simple. Be proactive and ask what you want.
Okay, that's great. So, okay, so Anoop has asked, do we need a master's degree for being a data engineer? Ignorate.
I guess I answered that.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry. So, someone has asked, can a non-IT, for example, from mechanical student get into data science?
Yes, definitely. You can get into data science, anything. So what I'm saying, I have seen people who is a civil engineer and he is now data engineer. So what makes him stands out of the crowd is like he was having some internship experience in data engineering domain. That's already proved that he is good in data engineering domain. So I would suggest to acquire skill set and apply for a job internship in a field where you want to go. Once you have experience, because experience counts over any other certification,
Yeah, right.
and in that experience, the your title matters a lot, because that title should be data engineer, data analyst, or software engineer in which you want to excel. So apply with the right vision that you want to go there.
Okay. So, okay, someone has asked, are Scala or Python? Okay, I don't really understand that question, but if you
Okay,
do,
okay. I would suggest for fresher there is no they will not ask you to answer the question in only Scala or in Python or in Java. I can I would say prepare any one language, whether it will be Python, Scala, or Java, and excel it. That's it. So given problem statement, you should answer it in that language, whether it be Python, Scala, or Java.
someone in the chat section has asked, can we know what big data analytics mean in relation between data engineering and that?
Okay, okay. I would say simplest thing here. Let's say we have GBs of data coming every day. What data analysis means, out of that GBs of data, you will segregate based on certain filter conditions, and you will aggregate those data. You will do group by clause and find some meaningful information, like what are the how many new customers joined the Amazon Music, how many customers didn't log in today, what is the average time they listen to the track. So that analysis is what big data analytics means. That is the simplest term, but again, this analysis of big data again raised to a new era, which is called recommendation engine machine learning. Using that data, you find the patterns of users, and based on that patterns, you recommend a good related products. That's a analysis domain. So anything. So there are basic two difference: data and information. Data is just nothing but data. Like we can't get any information from data, but using that data analysis, you convert that data into information that people can use to derive some intuitions.
So, okay, we have another question. Are data engineers meant for only few assigned tasks?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Are data engineers meant for only few assigned tasks? I don't. Okay, so can you?
Uh, in big companies like Amazon, they have fixed assigned tasks, but in a startup, you have lot of wider scope for your responsibilities. You design, develop, test, and everything you do in startup. But in case of Amazon or big companies, you have a fixed set of assigned tasks.
Okay, so if there is a lot of data coming through Android applications, should a startup hire data engineer, and how to handle these data?
Okay. So every company has some mechanism to send out the data. Once that data comes to the company's storage location, from that storage location, you read it using various technologies. And one of the technologies is Spark. There are many technologies such as Kafka, Apache's Kafka. People also use to process the data. People also use Apache Spark. People also use Apache Flink. So to understand that, you can Google out a data architecture of Paytm, data architecture of Amazon Music, and you will get to know how the data lands into the company's ecosystem.
Okay. So how do you begin a career as a data engineer from scratch?
It's a like summary of all this all this session now. So I would suggest to learn from the websites I've provided you, gain knowledge, build something out of that using Python, Scala, or whatever language you want. And once you have that, create a nice portfolio, resume and your LinkedIn profile, and then approach the data oriented companies to get into data companies.
Someone has asked you to share your LinkedIn account.
My LinkedIn account.
Yeah, share the link for the account.
Okay, just a minute. I'll share now.
That's lovely. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, what is the difference between data engineer and data science? Data
Uh,
engineering, data science.
these two fields work hand in hand. Like whatever data science concentrate on data science algorithms and how to make a machine learning algorithms, how to create a recommendation systems. That data science does. But there is a lot of data noise is present in data stuff, and there are a lot of pre-processing required for data. That is done by data engineer. So you can consider as a sequence. First, data engineer do his work to process the data, convert it to another format, or whatever, however the requirement comes from the data science team. And once data engineer does all this stuff, the data science takes that data, apply data science algorithms, and generates the required data sets.
Okay. So,
It's easy to go back from data engineering domain to data science domain. So because there is a overlap between these two. So once you become data engineer, you can also convert it to data science later once you acquire the right skill set, and
okay.
vice versa.
So, right, continue.
And vice versa. You can
So,
go
okay.
from data engineer
So,
to data
when did
science.
you get the
Sorry.
okay? Right. So, when did you get the job? Like, did you get it after 12th and after your graduation, or you're like, when did you get it?
I got my job
I
during
want to
my
know
graduation.
more about your job experience.
Okay, my job experience. I would say I got my job in Jan 2017, where I was still doing my graduation, and I joined the company in May 2017. So just after 5 days, when once my exams are over.
Okay. Okay. So, Mohat is asking for an overview of job opportunities and career growth in this field. And okay, first he's asking about the overview and job opportunities and career growth in this space.
Okay, career growth wise, it's very good field. A lot of companies are hiring for data engineer domain. So there are a lot of opportunities, I would say, and growth depends on you. Like if you are in startup, it will be very fast growth. If you are in big companies, it will be steady growth, but growth is there. Like there is no restrictions. Like once people go to support domain, they get trapped because there are not many opportunities outside. But for data engineering domain, there are a lot of opportunities. You can expect a promotion or a job level up every 2 years in your career path. So like down the line, after 6 8 years, you must be become some tech lead or some manager like that. That's for sure in this domain.
Okay. So he has also asked the road to become a data engineer for students.
I already said like acquire right skill set, find the good companies, and get exposure to data engineering internships. And once you have that, you can, no matter from which background you are, you can directly apply to that companies and interact with the that company's HR from LinkedIn.
Another question from him is: can a fresher get a job, or is there an entry level job which will eventually lead to a data engineer?
No, no. Data engineering is itself a entry level job. So nothing like you have some pre job and then you can become data engineer. So you need to have is a good programming language, any one programming language, good data structure and algorithm skill set, and some data exposure.
Okay. So another question is: what about data visualization, and what all skills are required for that?
Data visualization is mainly related to data analyst job. So what they do, they use softwares to create nice graphs out of the data sets. So Tableau is one of the very widely used framework, you can get certification of that. That is widely accepted as well. So if you want to become data analyst or go in that field, learn Tableau at least.
Okay. Okay. Um,
Why do companies?
so Prajwal has asked, I want to know if I am not a if I'm not in a computer science background, but if I acquire the required skills for data analysis, can I be a data analyst, or is it important to have a computer science degree? Please answer. So
No, no. To all this, I would say your stream doesn't matter. What matters is your skill set and what you mention on your resume. If you mention you have data analysis skills, you should be able to justify those skills. Why you say like you have this type of skills. So if that goes through, then it's okay. The company will hire you. No matter what your background is. And trust me, after 2 years or 1 year, no one ask you like what are your percentage or from which college you are hired. What they ask, what you did in your past job. Justify that, explain that. So they will not bother about your stream.
right, right. So okay. Um, so does business analyst and or data analyst have good demand, and how much is pay in both the fields?
Uh, to tell about pay, from starting point, you shouldn't be worried about pay. You should focus on learnings, but still to clear your doubt. From startup to big companies, it can range from like standard from 5 lakhs to around 10, 12 lakhs.
Okay. Wait. So so someone has asked, I'm doing a BSc in data science. After I complete my BSc, should I go for MSc in data science or an MBA?
Actually, if you want to do data engineering domain, then there is no point doing MBA here because MBA is a different skill set altogether. And what this data engineering domain demands is not a management skills. You need to have technical skills. So both these two things are different and go against each other. So if you are doing management, then you will be getting a management oriented job, not data engineering oriented job.
Okay. So someone has asked, Arvind has asked, why do companies block some freshers in support domains? Why? How can one come out and change their domain?
Okay. So company don't block them. Actually, what block them is their field actually. So support domain is itself a field in which support domain means a company has already their own softwares, proprietary softwares that no one is using. So obviously, if you want to switch, you will go only there where that software is already being used, because else there is no point you will be hired there because your experience is counted as zero. So that's why in support domain people get trapped because there are no wide opportunities available in the market. Not companies block them, but the domain itself makes them trapped. And to come out of that, I would suggest to follow the same path, acquire the right skill set, prepare the good resume, have everything justified in your resume, do some projects stuff, and then you can apply to that domain. I remember there is one highly exceptional case. One network engineer from Wipro become data scientist at Google. So that is all through hard work and the right skill set.
Right. Okay. So someone has asked, can you suggest some projects to start in data engineering field?
Projects. Once you have good hands-on over Spark, Scala, and language, so what I can suggest you to go through all this Glassdoor and Quora stuff and prepare the list of questions that interviewer asks. So that way you can. That is the next step, and then next after that, knowing all the questions and dynamics of the data engineering role, what you can do, you can come up with the projects like. Pick from one domain each. There is a streaming domain, there is a there is a data processing domain, real-time processing domain, and there is a machine learning domain. from each of these domain, pick one application or one project and implement that in Apache Spark. And to know about the data, what type of data you want to use, you can take that from any online websites. So there are many education websites. From there you can get that data. And also to have exact problem statements, you can also look in Kaggle data science platform. So they have data as well, and they have problem statement as well.
Okay. So Sanjay has asked us, sir, now I'm learning in SkyKit and I'm in first year EC. Can you tell me what should I do next?
Okay, if you're learning it very nice in your early days, once you have this SkyKit, you can apply your knowledge in Kaggle platforms, because there is a wide scope in that. You have data sets, and you have to demonstrate uh, what you have generated from that data in Kaggle platform. So go there, do some work on those problem statements that available over that website.
Okay. Um, what is the difference between data analyst and data engineer? Is it the same? I think.
Sorry.
What is the difference between data analyst and data engineer? Is it the same?
No, these are not same. Data analyst is a person who interprets the data, what data means, and find out the useful information from the data, and it generates the reports and give it to higher authorities. But in data engineer, it is a one who plays around the data, converts the data from one format to another, prepares derived data from 2 or 3 data sets. So the person who manipulates the data is a data engineer, but person who interprets the data is a data analyst.
Okay. Okay. There are a few more questions to go through. Before I go to through that, I'm going to send a feedback form in the chat box, and the mentees just fill that feedback form to let us know like what other sessions you might like to attend. And also we will close the Q&A session, the more entries for the questions now. So if anyone wants to post other questions, they can do it right now. After this, I'm going to close the Q&A, the posting of the questions. So I'm posting the feedback form in the chat. You can go ahead with that, and we will answer the leftover questions right now. Okay. So what are the programming languages important for students to learn for industry level jobs?
Pick any language and excel in that. From freshers, industry don't expect to have a specific language. They expect to have any programming language where you can, in which you can express your logic and your aptitude. So just don't bother about programming languages. Prepare one and excel in that.
Okay. So, okay. And we have another question. How can a person with experience make a shift to data science once he has the certification?
Uh, just having certification will not allow you to move to that field. You should have some experience on your resume that you have did something to justify your knowledge. So that way, if you are experienced person, I would suggest to try in a same company to do a job change. That is one possible thing. In a same company, you can go to data science domain, or if that's not possible, in a like after the job time, you can prepare your own projects and then mention that those projects in your resume, and then you can good for the interviews.
Oh, okay. Um, someone else is asked to tell the difference between data scientist and data engineer, but I think we already covered that.
Mhm.
So, can you share how decent salary? Okay. So, if you don't mind, can you share how decent the salary is? Like not accurately, but approximately.
Uh, it's a very open information available in a Glassdoor. It's a good domain. In nice companies like in Amazon or Walmart companies, like you can expect around like above 8 lakh salaries, but in startups it can range above 5 lakh.
Um, other than programming skills, what are the other things that we need?
From freshers, they don't expect much. They want you have to have clear concepts in programming language, in data structure and algorithms, and I say to have cutting edge over other applicants. You can learn Apache Spark and have know the architecture of Apache Spark, Hadoop, and any big data stuff. You can check in. You can go through the Glassdoor interview questions to have dynamics about data engineering questions.
Okay. I'm doing BBA final year. Can I do a data science course while doing MBA? If I do MBA in marketing, can I still apply for data science while doing my job in marketing?
Can you repeat? That is like a bit confusing to
Yeah,
me.
so I will break down the question. I'm doing my BBA final year. Can I do a
Mhm.
data science course while doing MBA?
Yeah, like if time permits, you can do that data science course, of course. But the thing is, after your post graduation completes, you should have some solid projects on your resume to showcase your skills. Just a certification will not allow you to justify your skill set.
If I do MBA in marketing, can I still apply data science while doing my job in marketing?
Uh, why? Sorry, I'm not getting it.
If I do a MBA in marketing, can I still apply data for data science while doing my job in marketing?
Yeah, you can apply. No issues, because what matters, your skill set matters.
Right. Um, Someone has asked data scientist or data engineer. Out of these two, who uses more ML and AI algorithms and practice machine learning?
As name implies, it's a data science one. Data engineer is not who works on machine learning AI stuff. It's a data scientist.
Okay. Krushi has asked, can you again tell the certification that you just said? What certification course it talked about?
Uh, just now I didn't talk about any certification. Maybe in last I talked about one functional programming in Scala that is on Coursera. That is one I mentioned.
Okay. What is the difference between data analyst and sorry? What is the difference between data analyst and business analyst? And what is good in terms of getting high salary?
Pretty much both are same. Like in industry, titles like use interchangeably. So don't bother about business analyst and data analyst. Both are same. As as per my experience, what I see in the industry, both are same. In Amazon, there is no data analyst. There is only business analyst. So it's a term coined per industries.
Okay.
Both are
Um,
same.
what programming language is best recommended for data science?
For data science, I would suggest to have Python at the starting point because it's a very widely used in data science community. And later you can use Keras, Keras oriented technologies. But for starting point, you can start with Python.
Okay. Um, how did you approach the concept of Spark and Apache? What was it with ongoing projects or first you furnished your concepts?
Uh, it was like I started both the things in parallel. Like once while I'm doing my hands-on experience, so I also went through how the Spark works, and so in initial days, I didn't go with the concept of Spark. What I did, what is the capability of Spark? So I learned all the capabilities of Apache Spark engine, and later when time comes, like when I was more curious like how it works and why it is so much fast. Then I go and went to its architecture. but you can do anything, not necessarily. At the end of the day, you must know how it works and like why it is fast and its capabilities. So you should use mixture of both concepts and the capabilities of Apache Spark.
Um, so if I'm a fresher and I want to get into business analyst or data analyst field, uh, and even if I gain the required skills from lot of courses, how can I showcase those skills to an interviewer?
That's a very nice question actually, because you can find a lot of data over internet. Like for example, you can have patient data, you can have traffic data, or you can have any geographic related data over internet. Find that data, create nice dashboards out of it, prepare some like nice segregation of data, categorization of data. You can find missing dots in that data. You can use scatter plot, etc., etc. Using that, have that published, or have that all this what you prepared in some format, and you can showcase that while in an interview. Or you can also mention that thing, that it's your own work and you did it on your own, and that justifies your skill set, right? So have something which will prove your skill set, not just a certification.
Uh, s- uh, will I do or have to do an MSc after BSc data science? I am doing BSc in data science right now.
I would say it is not necessary to have master's program to get into any of these fields. What they seek is to have right skill set and right talent. So I would say master's is not required at all. But for data science related domain, there are certain domains which requires to have masters. But I can say that is the best way. When you start doing job, along with the job, you can do masters also. So I did the same thing along with my job. I also did my masters in data analytics, so that you can opt for.
Anoop has asked, how do I prepare for Google interview for data engineer?
uh, I'm not sure about how every company has different interview process, right? So can I tell about my interview process at Amazon? I can
Yeah, go ahead.
explain
You can
that
go.
thing.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, in Amazon, the interview process is pretty much like they have total five rounds for data engineer role. First thing, it's a telephonic round where they ask about data section and algorithmic questions along with some SQL oriented questions, and they ask about your ambition and what you want in this role. So that's a telephonic interview, basically data structure questions plus SQL questions, and they will also ask you questions about the work you have done in the projects or whatever you have mentioned on the resume. They should, based on that telephonic, it's just a first screening. Once that is done, then there are three rounds. uh, One from like there is a design round, there is again more technical round, and then there is a behavioral round. So once you clear all these three rounds, then there is another different round which is called bar raiser round. It is for to have overall understanding of your attitude, your aptitude, and how you handle the difficult situations. Like let's say, if there is something bad or something bad happened between you and your manager, then how you solve this issue. Or if there is some conflict between you and your colleagues, then how you answer these questions, how you sort these questions. So they, in many companies, they find how good you can fit in this in their culture. So that's very important. You should be good, you should be culturally fit to that company. So along with the, you also should focus on your behavioral answers, like what you can,
Right.
what you will do.
Okay. Mohit has asked, does CGPA matters to get an internship or job?
No, 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 no. Basic criteria. If they have mentioned basic criteria, that's enough. Like I don't know what basic criteria they want. It differs company to company. For example, Google doesn't have any criteria on marks, but some companies, some startup companies might have that criteria. And there are companies who also, like, it's not for freshers but for experienced people. They mention a strict criteria of experience. So even though the role and capabilities, I can deliver my work, but because of that, less of experience, I can't apply to that job. And mainly such companies are banking companies, so they expect minimum criteria. Similarly to that, some companies expect to have fixed set of job percentage, but there are very few companies who expect that criteria, not many.
Okay. So Prajwal has asked which website we should look for projects on data science.
Kaggle.com. I already pasted link, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Vaishnavi has asked, learning data science with Python is good or R language is good?
I would suggest Python language is good, because once you excel Python language, you can also learn software engineering principles, because Python is very widely used in other software applications also. So it's good to have both of the world.
Okay. Um, Anamika has asked, can we start learning Python directly, or it will be good to learn C++ before Python to for better understanding?
Not necessarily, because I hardly see people ask C questions. What they ask Python question. So I would suggest to, if you are going for system engineering domain, for example, for Ubisoft company or Nvidia companies, they want C language. They want you to excel in C language. So in that companies, it is mandatory to have C exposure. But for data science and data engineering related field, it's okay to have Python. So that means what you want, as per that thing, you should consider C or Python.
Okay. Um, these are the last two questions that we are going to be taking up. I am a fresher. I am interested in data science. So can you please guide me? Guide me as to what I should start with.
Can you repeat again?
I am a fresher and I am interested in data science. So can you please guide me as to what I should start with?
Uh, you should start with Python, learn Python, SkySkit, and apply that knowledge in a Kaggle website. So it's a simple learn Python
Okay.
and SkySkit
Um,
algorithm, and then you can apply it.
some,
Yes.
okay. Someone has asked, can you repeat the answer about showcasing skills in interview as a fresher, like a project?
Yeah, sure. So once you acquire any knowledge or any skill set, like if it's a data analyst role, take a data and create a nice charts, dashboards around that data. You can showcase that. If you want to become a data engineer, you can use Apache Spark Engine to analyze the data. You can apply machine learning algorithms using Apache Spark on that data, and you can store the results of that data. So anyway, you can explain all this process in an interview, and that process and how you did it itself will explain that it's your own work. You need not to show live demo or anything else, but whatever questions they will ask, you should have a right and justified answer to that question. So, and that will only come once you do it on your own self.
So with this, I think we have finished with all the questions that were asked. So I think that was really a really great session that we had. All these mentees, they had so many questions and doubts, and they got cleared. The whole session was so insightful. So,
Nice.
just before this, I will just okay, so as we said, this whole webinar was in collaboration with QFirst. I'm just gonna give a link of the website of QFirst, so if someone wants to check it out, okay. And Rohit, can you give some in the end, since it's the ending? Can you give some piece of knowledge or something that you want to share with the mentees to inspire them?
I would say do what motivates you. Find what you want to do down the line, like for like 5-10 years, not like just 1-2 years. Don't plan in the short term. Plan for long term. In what domain you want to excel your career, and also prepare according to that. Just don't hope from one thing to another. And yeah, that's like what motivates me and what I like about my role, because once you like anything, you will do it spontaneously.
That's so great. So I think with this we are finished with this webinar, and Rohit, it was so great connecting with you. I
Yeah,
hope
thank
we
you.
can
Same
get in
here.
touch. And yeah, and and you have already shared your LinkedIn link with the mentees in the chat section. If anyone wants to connect with you, they can do that.
Yeah, yeah, sure. No issues.
So this was a great session, and it was nice to know you. So I think we can end the session now.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Thank you. All the best, everyone. Yeah, bye.
Right. I will just share your LinkedIn profile again with them.
Yeah, sure. I'm logging off. Thank you.
So I'm sharing his LinkedIn profile here. So if anyone wants to connect to him, you can. So I hope the session was good, and I'm going to end this meeting right now. And I hope you all have a nice day. Bye.